I want to congratulate the Minister for getting through her whole speech without once mentioning the enormous elephant in the room, and that was last night's documentary. We were told everything was published. The government was an open book, nothing to hide. They had investigated every single inch, every dark corner, no corruption here. Critics were exaggerating. Yet last night, 7 years on, 5 years after they were supposed to be sailing, numerous investigations later, the BBC discovered new, quite devastating information. Ferguson's had been given a document that no other bidder had received. They had been allowed to submit a new bid. No one else was allowed to do that. They had a confidential meeting with CMAL. No other bidder was offered that. They were given a pass on the builder's guarantee. No other bidder was given that right. And they won the contract on a lower cost, on a new lighter design, with their new bid, using the document that nobody else had seen, and with the advantage of a confidential meeting that no one else was offered. We saw the highlighted page after highlighted page of the bid that copied the document that no one else had seen. Jim McCall from Ferguson's admitted he had an advantage. Remember, that's the man the SNP asked to take over Ferguson's. Yet John Swinney was surprised about the BBC's new evidence. At his deflecting best, he took it very seriously. It would be investigated without delay, he scowled, as if it were nothing to do with him. Even though SNP ministers boasted to their conference that they had awarded the contract to Ferguson's, even though Nicola Sturgeon turned up at the yard to tell the workers they still had jobs, even though ministers, even today, tell us without them the yard would not have won the contract. Join the dots. It's simple. The SNP are the reason for this scandal. They didn't just happen to be in charge at the time. They caused the chaos. In any normal government adopting international norms, ministers would resign without delay. But not this government. It's everyone else's fault, according to this government. How could we doubt them? They were trying their best. Well, let's look at what their best means. Their best means the ferries that were supposed to be built 5 years ago are still stuck in the docks. The best the Nationalists have to offer means wasting £150 million in the middle of a cost of living crisis. For islanders, that means 7,431 cancelled sailings this year so far. Hospital appointments missed, children missing school, shops and businesses missing supplies. Their best means the reputation of the good workers at a Scottish shipyard have been trashed. So trashed that the yard didn't even bid for the next ferry contract. That ferry contract has been awarded to a yard in Turkey. Best means Audit Scotland stating that there was a lack of transparent decision-making. And their best means a new investigation by Audit Scotland into the BBC evidence last night. Their best means launching a ferry with painted windows on the side. If this is their best, please save us from their worst. We cannot carry on like this anymore. Whatever the outcome of the BBC investigation, everyone has seen enough. Taxpayers' funding has
Rennie,
been
you're
wasted.
over your time. Could you please bring your remarks to a conclusion?
The workers at the yard have been let down, and the islanders have been taken for granted for years.
Mr Rennie, please take a seat. Mr Rennie, I asked you to bring your remarks to a conclusion which you appeared to ignore, which is showing, I believe, discourtesy to the Chair. But we'll move on because time is short. Members, I would suggest that some respect and courtesy shown to other members and to the Chair. We'll now move on to